Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Sister Wives with Mary Jane K. Today, I'll be giving my commentary on Sister Wives Season 6, Episode 2, 4 Lives of Kody's Wives. We left off with the Sister Wives rewatch with the wives and Kody living separately in Vegas as they are building the homes in the cul-de-sac, and the building was really starting to progress where we left off. Kody was playing victim, bitching about what a hardship it is for him to live out of 4 separate houses, as if it's the most difficult tragedy, the most difficult hardship in the world. He's playing victim. It's such a hardship for him to have his stuff scattered everywhere. He complains that he feels uprooted and it gives him anxiety. As usual, it's all about Kody, his anxiety, his feelings, and his emotions. He gives no consideration to the feelings of his wives or to the emotions of his children, who are not only being filmed at this point, but they themselves have also been uprooted too. They have had to live in a completely new environment with the culture of almost another country, moving from Utah to Vegas. But also the children are having to get adjusted to living separately, almost as 4 separate families, away from their siblings for the first time, away from their other moms for the first time. And the kids grew up with the security of their support system. And in Vegas, it's all been obliterated. They live in 4 separate homes that are mostly pretty far away from each other. Kody never prioritizes the emotions and well-being of his kids and his wives, of his family, over his emotions, over the anxiety he feels, having to have his things scattered, because that is such a hardship. Poor guy. He wants to sit and bitch about how having his stuff in 4 separate houses, it just gives him so much anxiety. But he never considers how small and superficial that is, how trivial in comparison to what the people in his family went through with the move. The move he manipulated them all into believing was for the family to stay together, when that wasn't exactly the case. So Kody is very stressed, and his stress is his priority. It's given him anxiety. Christine points out that this stress has really taken a toll on Kody. She says Kody has aged 10 years in a few months, and it definitely shows. He scowls a lot. She says he's angry all the time. And at this point, Robyn is really trying to save My Sister Wives' closet, and it's going down fast. Janelle isn't so excited about My Sister Wives' closet. She doesn't think that it's going to be something that will be profitable for the family. So Janelle tells Robyn that it's not promising, the expo wasn't a success, and that's where we're at in the rewatch, basically. The episode opens with Robyn explaining that even though the 4 wives are all married to Kotex, they are still one family, but because they live in 4 separate homes, they live 4 independent lives. They lead separate lives in these rental homes. And the distance, the separation among the family is showing. Janelle reflects that the biggest change since moving to Vegas is the wives now really think of themselves as single moms. They operate as single moms. Yeah, because Kody is spending most of his time at the favorite wife's house at this point. Christine reflects that these 2 years of separation have made it clear that everybody really wants to be together again. They want that magic back. And Mary says, being in the 4 separate rentals, they have had much more privacy. So she feels now it's going to be a real challenge for all of the wives to be back together again, living in the cul-de-sac. And Mary's concerned that everyone has gotten used to the privacy that they won't have anymore once they move into the cul-de-sac. Janelle is still pursuing her weight loss journey. She heads to an early morning workout, and we learn she has lost 20 pounds and she wants to see more progress. The scale isn't moving, but Janelle's trainer says Janelle, even though she has a long way to go, she is deeply motivated and she wants this. One thing I have to say for Janelle is she is driven, she is motivated. If she has a goal in mind, even if she has to climb a mountain to achieve it, Janelle persists. And I think that is something you really have to admire. She has consistently lost weight since she started her weight loss journey, and it isn't easy. And regardless of how hard it was, Janelle persevered and she still continues. Not everyone has that in them, and Janelle has got it, and I admire that. Janelle has lost 25 pounds in 90 days. She takes her weight loss journey very personally, and it really helps her pursue her individuality in the other parts of her life. So she's tackling her weight loss, and it's helping her pursue her individuality elsewhere. She really wants to pursue her individual goals. Janelle feels her weight loss journey has really changed her. It's changed her perspective, and she really wants to pursue her career, and she wants to figure out how herself as an individual, as a person, fits in with My Sister Wives Closet, because now her perspective has changed. She really wants to pursue her individual goals, and she should. Janelle has always seemed to be very ambitious and very driven and very responsible and very intelligent and very practical. Christine points out that the expo for My Sister Wives Closet didn't really go well. They hope for much better. And they realize that to get into these houses, to be united, to get the finances to work for everyone so they can secure the financing, so they can secure the houses for sure, so they don't have to live separately in rentals, that they are going to need profit. They are going to need multiple different streams of income to make this go. And Christine knows they have the real estate and they have the marketing business. They also have My Sister Wives Closet, and it's really important that they are successful with all of it. So the wives and Kody meet up at Janelle's to discuss the expo and the failure there. And Robin takes that opportunity to pressure her sister wives and blame them for why it's not working out because they aren't investing enough time. It's selfish to ask people to invest in something with their time, money, and effort if they don't have a passion for it. My Sister Wives Closet is Robin's dream. And if she wants it, rather than blaming her sister wives for not doing enough, for not investing enough time and effort the way she envisioned in her mind that they would, and the way she posted on her dream board, then maybe she needs to make it go herself because it's her passion and her dream. She's accountable for her own dream. It's her passion and it's on her to make it go, and it's not on anyone else. Robin mentions that Janelle wanted to crunch the numbers, and Janelle did, and it's no bueno. At this expo, after all of their expenses and time and labor and this and that and travel, we learn that they only made $500 profit. And Janelle points out that Robin technically is paying for all of them to be there for 2 days straight. So a $500 profit is crappy. It's not going to work. Janelle's practical. She says she can't pay her mortgage on a $500 profit. Janelle says the business, it's not viable to be more than a hobby business. And Kody tells Janelle they just started the business and he doesn't want to upset his goblin. So he wants to make sure he gets the good customer service. So of course he knows better. He knows to back her when Janelle brings the facts and the receipts and the truth. Kody wants to ignore them and say, well, we can't quit yet. God forbid he doesn't get his good customer service BJ. Janelle makes it clear that it's not viable. They put a lot on hold to do the expo, and that took time away and effort away that Janelle obviously could have spent making money with something that was profitable. So obviously it's a waste of time for people who are capable of doing more than standing at an expo selling junk. Janelle makes it clear that it's just not going to work. And Robin bitches back that Janelle is saying the business isn't viable when she doesn't feel that Janelle is invested in it or doing anything for it. Janelle isn't doing enough, and Robin is pissed. Aren't we entitled? Robin sounds very ungrateful. Janelle and Christine aren't enthused at all about My Sister Wives Closet, and they went to be supportive for Kody and Robin and the family, even though they know they're wasting their time, basically. They went and they put on a good show. They made an effort, and there's no thank you. I'm so grateful for this. You didn't do enough. You aren't invested. What a whiny little child. Janelle is a highly educated, intelligent woman. She has her dream. She has her passion. She has ambition, and she's into real estate, and she is doing it. My Sister Wives Closet is Robin's dream. It was Robin who was passionate about it. It was on her to make it go. And if her passion and her investment can't make it go, then more investment from Janelle or from Christine or Mary, her sister wives, wouldn't have made the difference. I felt it was very entitled for Robin to feel that her sister wives should take time from their jobs, from their dreams, from what they are passionate about, their dreams that were actually profitable, their secure streams of income, to invest in something they had zero passion for, that was already a flop. If Robin really wanted to make my sister wives work, just like Janelle made real estate work for her and she succeeded, Robin could have done the same with my sister wives closet. That's her dream, and she can't put that on anyone else but herself. It's very entitled for her to think that the sister wives should just neglect their functional ways of bringing in profit that the family desperately needs, money the family needs, because she is just too lazy to really do the work herself. The work isn't just designs, it's making a business plan and it's adapting it if the original one doesn't work out. Maybe changing price points, maybe changing the materials, maybe changing the designs. If what she had wasn't working, no amount of time Janelle invested or Christine invested would have changed the outcome of her dream. This is her dream, it's on her. Robin is gross and she only thinks about herself, and she's incredibly selfish. The larger family at this time desperately needed money to achieve the building of the 4 homes and the reuniting of this family, the reuniting of the siblings. So if Robin really wanted that, she wouldn't be so selfish. When Robin accuses Janelle of not doing enough for her dream, Janelle tells Robin she doesn't want to design jewelry. And Robin bitches that she has been begging Janelle to do the plus-size clothing line because it's something that's her niche. Robin tells Janelle she knows that Janelle wants to design those pieces. She knows it. And the look in her eyes makes it seem like there should be a knife in her hands. Oh, because Janelle is a full-figured woman, Robin assumes that Janelle should do the plus-size line. Why is Robin so selfish? Janelle should take time from doing real estate, making thousands at a time, commission in a hot market, to just sit and design the plus-size line that might maybe bring in a few hundred in profit, if that. Does that make sense? If they want to be able to get into these houses for the good of the family, they should be allowing the wives to do what brings in substantial income. Robin seems so angry with Janelle that Janelle isn't investing in her dream because she is selfish. I think Robin thought, I'm going to create this business and we're going to end up like De Beers, and we're going to be a famous jewelry line all around the world, and we have this F-list reality show on TLC, and everyone's going to buy our stuff, and I'm going to save the family, and I'm going to be the primary breadwinner, and everyone's going to rally around me, and I'm going to have everyone just love me. They're all going to love me. They love me. They love me. Oh my God, not happening. She thought the sister wives were going to sit and rally around her, and she was going to be this big hero for the family matriarch who saved the day. She put it on her vision board, and she is pissed it's not coming to fruition. Nell explains to Robin that it's really a hobby business. She doesn't see it working as anything more than that. And Kody mentions that he doesn't want to sell jewelry. He's not down to sell jewelry. He says he gets awkward talking to all those women. And Robin looks like she is just holding back from a blackout rage where she sees red by just the skin of her teeth. And she tells Kody she wasn't asking him to sell jewelry with all the attitude she can muster. Now, Kody asks her what she wants him to do. And Robin really wants him to support the situation. She prods him to support the situation. Basically meaning she wants him to push his other wives to act how she wants them to. And on this one, Kody isn't biting. I think Kody knows in the back of his mind it's more inconvenient to live without Janelle's financial contribution to the family, to the income the family has from her successful job, than to sacrifice some of that money for her to please Robin with her failed dream and play act at designing plus-size clothes so she feels important. Kody, by the way, in this scene, for some inexplicable reason, is dressed like an Amish. He's wearing a black vest and a blue shirt. The hair looks Amish. All he needs to do is grow out the beard and he'd be there. Kody explains with selling jewelry, the reason he doesn't like it is he has to talk to a lot of women, and he worries that there will be assumptions about if he talks to a woman, if he connects with them, if he flirts with them to sell jewelry, if he gives attention to these women to sell the jewelry, they might think he is hitting on them, hunting for a fifth wife. And it makes him nervous. He says it makes him nervous. Kody knows all the women want his great pecs and his six-pack abs that he thinks he has. This is a guy who overestimates himself. He overestimates his looks. He sits in the mirror and flexes and checks out his receding hairline. He thinks he looks like a surfer boy when really he looks like a middle-aged disaster going through a huge midlife crisis. But whatever. Just remember last season, he seemed to think that he was a piece of meat to Janelle, objectified. Oh, I have such great pecs and a six-pack abs. I think she thinks I'm hot. Seriously? Why don't you get some fucking glasses? This guy has a really overinflated sense of ego if he thinks all these women might mistake him being the used car salesman that he is, pawning this snake oil jewelry to the masses, thinking that he's flirting with them, trying to hunt for a fifth wife. He wishes someone would be interested in him. All he's stuck with now is his fucking best customer service queen. Good luck. It's crazy to me that Kody thinks that women see him as man-made. That's really how he seems to think women see him. So he worries when he puts on that snake oil salesman charm that those women will just chomp at the bit to have their way with him. That receding hairline he clings onto for dear life is sexy as fuck. Rawr, rawr. Nobody wants him. Kody says he is apprehensive about women getting the wrong impression. God forbid they think he's open for a fifth wife. But let's remember, Kody wasn't nervous. He wasn't apprehensive when he dated a young woman before she was even 18. And she was so young, he had to wait till she turned 18 to even get engaged. He was courting her before that. He could court a minor, no problem. But now that he has 4 wives as an open polygamist, it would just be morally unconscionable for him to accidentally give some woman a notion that he is in the market for a fifth wife because he is just so irresistible and he is just so charming and he wouldn't want to behave with impropriety or give the wrong idea. Oh, this is all such bullshit. Kody doesn't like selling jewelry. He doesn't like it, in my opinion, because it's inconvenient. He has to sit and talk to these women all day, talk, being charming, mask on all day long, talk. These women are probably talking his ear off, and Kody probably gets annoyed having to showboat. It's a lot of effort to put on a show all the time, and it's probably annoying as hell to have to schmooze people and be fake all the time, especially with those ladies, to the point where now I believe at this point he saw it as inconvenient to sell jewelry. And that's why I don't think he likes it. I think Kody only likes convenience and he's making excuses to get out of selling this jewelry. Even Kody doesn't want to be tied to that sinking ship that was my sister wives closet. I think Kody knows this whole thing isn't viable, and I think he doesn't want to piss off Robin. He doesn't want to lose that best customer service, but he also doesn't want to waste his time investing in it, hawking junk for pennies. Even he knows it's a waste. Janelle explains to the wives and Kody that they're really in a bind. They are taking on these huge mortgages, and she is really losing sleep over how they're going to be able to do this. Robin says she's losing sleep too. Guys, she's the main victim. No one else. It's only her. Only her. Robin feels to make this work, the only way is to put energy into the businesses they have. And Kody explains they can't quit on My Sister Wives Closet yet. And Janelle explains she isn't saying they should quit on it, but she herself wants to do something else. And a little later in this episode, she does a complete 180, and I have a feeling Kody was triangulated in, but I'm not sure. Now, Robin says they can either invest time and money or they cannot, but they need to figure it out. And she is tired of feeling like she is begging for people to be invested in the business when they don't want to be. As Robin tries to play victim of the year, begging for attention, there's an awkward silence in the room. As Mary confirms she is there, she's committed. And Kody chimes in that he isn't down to sell, he isn't down to do any of the creative shit. Don't expect much from him. Robin is looking like she smelled some rank shit. She demands to know where Christine and Janelle stand. Christine says this is a hobby business to her, and she really doesn't know how much more she can give than she already has given. She says she wants to pursue real estate. She has her own dreams. And at this point, Janelle isn't down. Robin pretends to wipe away non-existent tears, the everlasting victim, when this is her dream. If she wants it to go, it's on her to make it go. Christine and Janelle investing doesn't change anything about whether her business succeeds or fails. She just doesn't want to blame herself for her failed dream. She wants to deflect and blame everybody else. And she wants to blame that Janelle wasn't invested and Christine wasn't invested, instead of blaming herself for not making it go and for the loss of the family income. I think she wants to put it on Christine and Janelle and their lack of investment, when the problem was really the ugly designs, the overpricing, and Robin didn't seem to do her research and cater her jewelry or her price points to her demographic. Nothing in time or effort that Janelle or Christine invested could change that. And if they had told Robin the truth, maybe change the designs, change the materials, change the pricing, Robin probably wouldn't listen anyway. Next, over at Janelle's, Christine comes to visit Janelle, and Janelle explains how Mary and Robin are really focused on My Sister Wife's Closet, while she and Christine are focused on the real estate. Mona gave Christine and Janelle some paperwork to go over before their meeting, and so they're going to go over it together. They have a meeting tomorrow. They're going to possibly start working with Mona. There is a lot to review, so Christine and Janelle are having a study session. And the kids started acting up during Janelle and Christine's study session. Peyton was there, Gabriel was there, Garrison was there, and they got in a fight, and Kody is supposed to be watching the kids. But instead, Janelle's study session with Christine is interrupted by the squabble with the kids. Kody's response when he sees how dramatic it gets with Janelle having to interfere is just, oops. He literally says it like that, oops, because he doesn't give a fuck, casually, as he sees Janelle running up the stairs to address the issue the way he should have as a father. Janelle tells Garrison to go home. As Kody listens, he's still sitting downstairs in his recliner, looking like a deer in headlights, not wanting to get involved. He never wants to get involved. It intensifies, and Janelle calls Kody to handle the situation, and he reluctantly makes his way upstairs, and Kody asks Janelle what she wants him to do. Should he just take Christine's kids home? Now, Kody should be able to take control and know how to handle his kids, but he clearly doesn't. He wants to be lazy. It seems to be too inconvenient. I guess it's more convenient for Janelle and Christine to interrupt their study session. That could lead to work, that could lead to a steady income and lots of profit for the family, which they need. They should interrupt that meeting to deal with the kids as Kody sits on the recliner, twiddling his thumbs, fucking around on his laptop. Seriously. Kody was doing nothing, and he looked annoyed to be disrupted in his thumb twiddling. It was so inconvenient for him. Now, Janelle has noticed with Kody not being physically present in the home that when she parents the teenage boys with their hormones coming in and figuring out their emotions and figuring out how to control their anger and their emotions, that having Kody around, having the father around helps, but Kody isn't around. She will call him sometimes so he can respond, but she says it's not the same thing as him always being next door, being able to address the situation immediately. So Janelle really misses having Kody around. I think Kody loves not having to be inconvenienced, though. So the squabble with the kids, basically, one of the kids was playing a video game, the other one shut it off and took the tablet, and there was some cussing and there was some fighting. So Kody warns Garrison to go to his room and check his behavior, and he yells at him that choices have consequences and actions have consequences, and he tells Garrison that his actions tonight have consequences. You know, maybe if Kody had heeded his own advice for himself that choices have consequences, that actions have consequences, maybe if Kody himself really took accountability for his choices, his family wouldn't have unraveled the way it is, the way it did. It's interesting to see the father teach the son things that he himself doesn't know, that he himself doesn't abide by. And it's really, really sad to see this scene with Garrison. It seems to me like Garrison accomplished a lot in his life and he worked really hard. He had a good job. I believe he served. He had a home. Not many people his age could have afforded to have a home in that market. He had a nice car. He was doing a lot of things that his father should have been really proud of. And I think all he wanted was some love and support and acknowledgement and praise from his father. And he didn't get that. And it makes me sad because one of the last times we saw him on Sister Wives was him saying, "We don't need a father. We're grown." And it just makes me sad because I think Garrison was a wonderful kid. I mean, he wasn't a kid, he was a man, but I think he was a wonderful man. And he accomplished a lot more than I ever could at his age, by his age. So my question watching this scene was, when Kody had his 3 sons there and he knew his wives were doing work that would ultimately bring the family solid income, why instead of sitting in a recliner in the living room, just twiddling his thumbs, fucking about on his laptop, did he not just take the time to do something with his sons and interact with them and spend quality time with them? Maybe talk with them, catch a movie, throw the football around, cook, do something, some father-son activity. Why didn't Kody capitalize on that time with his kids? Why was he sitting in that recliner fucking about on his laptop instead of interacting with his sons? Maybe then they wouldn't have been fighting like that, probably desperate for attention from their dad, who couldn't even be bothered to interfere until Janelle prompted him to, because it was far too inconvenient for the father of the year to get up from his recliner. Kody explains why he's lazy to parent. He is full of excuses. He explains in confessional that the last thing he wants are his kids remembering for the next 3 days while he's gone, while he's away at another wife's house, is him getting in their face, giving them the riot act. Kody says maybe it sounds like a cop-out, but he is still figuring it out. And of course, he never figured it out, and I don't think he's figured it out yet. But I guess we'll see in the next season. Kody handles it by, instead of communicating with Garrison about why he's upset, maybe talking a little about his feelings, why he did what he did, he tells Garrison, "You have to apologize to everyone." And Garrison just does it, probably without even understanding why Garrison was acting out or that he wanted attention from his dad. Now, Kody says he feels like he has no credibility with his kids because he isn't home all the time. He says it feels like he is just a visitor when he comes by. Whose fault is that? Listen, not living in the home with your child doesn't change the relationship with your child or alter your responsibility as their parent to maintain that relationship or the communication with them and that connection. Not living in the same home is no excuse. There are probably thousands or millions of kids with divorced parents around the world who co-parent where the mother or the father lives separately but is still very connected and committed and present in the child's life. Not being in the home is no excuse. That's a weak excuse. Kody has no credibility, and it's not because he doesn't live in the home with his kids. Kody has no credibility with his kids because he doesn't want to be inconvenienced to build and maintain those relationships and that communication and that respect. Kody isn't committed to making the effort. It looks to me like Kody just wants to be a good guy Disneyland dad who's just there for the fun parts, for the convenience stuff, not really for the real parenting. He's not there to do the work. We saw that here with Kody sitting in his recliner, detached, not wanting to be inconvenienced until Janelle made him get involved just letting Janelle deal with the discipline, just letting Janelle be the bad guy so he doesn't look like the bad guy to his kids, because it's all about his ego and he wants to be the hero and he doesn't want to be inconvenienced. And we also saw it throughout the separations with his wives and with the pandemic, as Kody continually behaved in toxic ways, alienating his kids. He distanced himself, he detached himself from his kids, and then he blamed his ex-wives for why most of his kids want nothing to do with him, for why the relationships are strained, when again, it's in his hands and it's on Kody as the father to build and maintain the relationships with his children or adult children. If Kody wants credibility, it's not living in the same house that will do. It's effort, work, time, inconvenience, communication, investment, all things Kody is allergic to unless he's doing them for the favorite wife. Kody even said he blamed his ex-wives in the past for not better facilitating his relationships with his kids to make it easier for him to see them. Kody's adult kids. It's the ex-wives' fault that the ex-wives, didn't make it more convenient for him to see his adult and almost adult kids. These women aren't there to clean after Kody's mess. If Kody wanted credibility as a father, if Kody wants good relationships, it's his mess to clean up. And it would be awfully inconvenient. It would be too inconvenient for a man who is a shell. It's interesting that Kody knows that he lacks credibility with his kids. But as always, it's never his fault. It's always the fault of someone else or something else. It's the fault of living in a separate home. It's never on him. It's not on him making it work the way so many other fathers do who co-parent, who do not live with their children. That's a bullshit excuse. There are so many fathers out there who co-parent, who are present, who are invested in their children's lives. And they don't blame it on the mothers when there are hardships in the relationship to overcome between the father and the child. So this is bullshit. There are plenty of fathers out there who don't live with their children, who are great fathers, who co-parent functionally, who do a really good job of being present. All Kody does is come up with excuse after excuse, any excuse he can, other than his own accountability or responsibility for things like with the relationships with his kids. Janelle says it's always nice to have that father voice around. Kody decides he's going to go talk to Garrison. Janelle feels like it's been a good growing time for them all to live separately, to really figure out who they all were independently again as separate people. But it also feels like she is much more isolated and separated from her whole family, rather than feeling like she's a part of this living, breathing organism that is the family. Next up, we're at Christine's house, and she is getting her kids ready for school. She explains how all hell broke loose last night at Janelle's with the fight with the kids. There was chaos, but Christine makes light of it. She says she knows Janelle was really stressed out. Christine recently passed her real estate exam, so today, Janelle and Christine, they're going to go over to Mona's to review the expectations to figure out where they are going with their real estate careers. Now, Mona asks if they read over everything she assigned for them to read. Christine hasn't done it. She was very overwhelmed just by the thought of studying. Just the studying for the test was too time consuming, and she realizes this is even more overwhelming than that. Mona warns Christine that this is going to take a lot of her time. She has been so swamped with real estate this whole year that she has worked the past 6 weekends, so she has had no days off, not one, for 6 weeks. So Christine heard that and it weighed on her, and she realized she can't do that. Her kids are too young. They really need her. She doesn't really have her other sister wives to watch her kids for her. Janelle lets Mona know that's not an issue. She has flexibility. She can work weekends. She really wants to work, and she knows that her kids are very used to her working. It's not a problem for her. Christine just doesn't feel like she can do it. She can't invest the required time she would need in real estate. So Mona lets Janelle and Christine know at this meeting for their job that there might be a delay to get them into their homes. They may not be able to be in their homes by Christmas, but Robin and Mary are expected to be in by then. There were delays, so Mona really wants to warn them about them. With this news, Christine tears up and Mona lets Christine and Janelle know even if the houses are done for Robin and Mary, it won't matter if they don't get their paperwork done. So Mona gives Christine and Janelle a heads up that it would help if they talk to the rest of the family and let them know that she can't have them going on site multiple times, going a lot without her when they should only be going with her. And they've been going on site and changing things and adding things with Danny. Danny is the one who runs the job site. So when they pull him away to talk to him, something that he's supposed to be supervising is getting delayed. Mona lets Christine and Janelle know it's not their fault. She knows they have been good about going to the property unannounced, showing up. She knows they haven't done that, but now she has a couple of little delays for Mary and Kody and Robin. We learned that Mary, Kody, and Robin haven't turned in their paperwork. And Janelle tells Mona she has tried to encourage them to get it done already, and they're being lazy about it. Now, Mona makes it clear that it would be a shame to have Mary and Robin's homes complete because they're almost done, but since the paperwork's not done, their loans would not be ready and they wouldn't be able to move in by Christmas just because the paperwork wasn't done. Who would be so irresponsible as to try so hard for something? They found a needle in a haystack with these homes, something that seems impossible. And suddenly it becomes attainable. They work financial magic and their only result is to be lazy about it, sitting around before getting the paperwork in. That's crazy. Christine is really frustrated by the news of these delays, and she is mad that they didn't build first because Janelle and Christine's paperwork is done. So if they had built their side of the cul-de-sac first, they would be able to move into the homes whenever. Janelle finds it funny that the two people who weren't as excited to get their homes done are the ones who had their homes built first. And Christine reveals something big. Kody is the one who he demanded that the builders build Robin's home first, that the builders do Robin's side of the cul-de-sac first. She needed her goblin's lair done first. And Kody says he did it to make sure the credit issues got resolved quickly. But of course, Robin wanted to wait to have time to be able to resolve all the credit issues, the multiple aliases, dead out the ass in this place and that place and this place and that place. And Kody says he didn't want the stress of it, so he wanted to push Robin to get done first, and he wanted her home done first. Now, my opinion on this is I think Kody wanted Robin to have to rush even faster to fix her credit in a quicker timeline, fix those issues fast, so that the only conceivable solution naturally would be to use the joint family money to resolve her debts. And the wives would have to foot the bill. They wouldn't be able to complain because they need to get into these homes. And Robin wouldn't have to lift a finger, and really neither would Kody, in my opinion. And I think that's what Kody wanted to do. Shady, shady, shady. But of course, there's no favorite wife and it's not a hierarchy, right? Now, Janelle tries to be positive. She's pointing out that, at least they're going to be in one of the family homes for Christmas. And Christine says that means nothing. Kody feels the nature of his relationship with Christine has been affected by the move to Vegas. Christine is mentioning how since she can't work weekends because she doesn't have a sister wife who can help her at home, she wouldn't be able to do real estate. And she mentions how she used to be the stay-at-home mom and Janelle would work and she would take care of all the kids. And Kody doesn't want to talk business. He is in a pissy mood. He doesn't want to talk about Christine's feelings or how she feels about working or how she feels about working real estate. And Kody tells Christine that she is creating drama where no drama exists. It's a warning to zip it. And Christine tells him it's fine, even though of course it's not fine. And she says, never mind how she feels or anything like that. Of course, Kody is on his phone. It looks to me like he is too busy texting, probably with Robin. He's too busy to notice or to care that all Christine needs is her husband to listen to her feelings. It's a good thing she's his ex-wife now. I'm sure she's thrilled with her decision. Now, Kody tells Christine if she feels like she has to work, she can go ahead. He doesn't want to discuss it with her. He gets snarky and he tells Christine if she wants to make that choice, she can just do it. Like, he doesn't get, as a husband, why his wife is trying to have a conversation about this stuff. I mean, is Kody going to volunteer to watch the kids? If she wants to work, she can just do it. Is he going to volunteer to watch the kids on the weekend? Somehow, I don't think so. Kody has no problem, by the way, babysitting Robin's kids, bringing them to his day with Christine, for example, with Christine and their kids, infringing on their time. It's no problem to babysit Robin's kids. But as we recall, Kody refused to even talk Christine's kids into bed at night when she was working part-time during her high-risk pregnancy back in Lehigh to bring in income for the family when they all lived in one home in Utah. And Kody refused to do the tuck-ins, and he said it was because it was more than any of the other wives got. But of course, Kody had no problem watching Robin's kids, bringing them to his day with Christine and their kids, even when they have a nanny. So when Kody says Christine can go work if she wants, is he going to be the one who volunteers to parent her kids and watch her kids on the weekends while she is working, bringing in money for the family? Christine looks really unhappy, and you can tell. She tells Kody that she's really just trying to have a simple conversation with him. I think she wants some validation. All she wants is to express her frustration and to be heard and understood and to feel like Kody cares. That's all it was. But Kody walks out and he just says, okay, like dismissive, like he's done with it. He is too busy texting on his phone, and I think he's texting Robin, and I don't think he gives a fuck about listening to Christine's feelings that she is trying to communicate with him. Christine was just expecting her husband to hear her and to care, and I don't think Kody wants to be inconvenienced by hearing out his wife. This man is a dick face. This woman had 6 kids with him. They created 6 lives together. You would think he could at least take the time to have a conversation with her and validate her a little bit. God, these women constantly have to uphold his ego, but God forbid he takes 2 seconds to listen to their needs and make them feel like he cares. Now, Kody thinks it's tense when he comes around. And Christine says that there is an urgency because there is so much going on now. So when Kody comes around, there is all of this anxiety that comes out. And of course, the wives are only seeing him once in a blue moon. Kody explains, you know what? Fuck Christine's anxiety. He is the one dealing with anxiety. He is dealing with anxiety too. He's constantly plucking himself up, moving from house to house. Wah, poor Kody. Wah. You know what? Christine is saying, I have anxiety. I want to talk to you. And he's saying, well, I have anxiety too. And my anxiety is more important than yours. I have to move. I have 4 homes to live in and I have to move all my stuff. And oh, I'm stressed. His stress does not take precedence over his wife and kids. That's how you know this is a coward and not a real man. Kody tells Christine he has been supportive. He supports her with whatever she wants to do. But he realized he knew more about real estate than she did. He knew how much work it would be, as if he was just waiting for Christine to figure it out himself. Really, he knows more about real estate. Kody knows so much about real estate. Remember, guys, when he was getting his real estate license in 2 weeks, if not sooner, because of the burgeoning opportunities? Remember when he was trying to look good in front of his Wyoming high school friends, acting like he was the next real estate guru? Then the real estate book came when Janelle and Christine were studying. He took one look at that book and he said, fuck no. He didn't even crack it open. He decided, I'm not doing this. And now he's telling Christine, who had the balls to crack it open, who took her test, who passed, oh, I know so much more than you. I told you so. This man didn't even take the test. He couldn't even open the book. The book intimidated him. Christine passed, and now he wants to act like he knew all along. This man doesn't know shit. Next, Christine apologizes to Kody, and she says she had a wake-up call and she just wants to be a mom. She's not going to do real estate. I don't know what she apologized for. She seems to be apologizing for inconveniencing him by suggesting that Kody, as her then husband, thank God not anymore, that maybe he could listen to her and validate her feelings about real estate or about working, which he basically just declined to be inconvenienced with. He completely dismissed her. She seems to be apologizing for inconveniencing him as her husband for wanting to have a conversation with him. I think that's insane. I don't think she should be apologizing. It's like, oh, sorry, I had feelings. Sorry, I wanted to talk to my husband. WTF. This guy's a loser. Next up, Kody is at Robyn's house, and the Browns have a meeting with Mona later. And after that, Robyn is going on a date with Kody, and she explains it's such a rare occasion, and she hasn't gone on a date without Saul with her other than maybe 3 times this year, that it was just she and Kody alone without Saul. Did any of Kody's other wives even get just those 3 dates that she had without Saul among all the others with Saul? Did the 3 other sister wives even get 3 dates a year with their husband among the others? My guess is no. All the other wives are struggling with this separation and the way living separately affects the kids. But Robyn isn't struggling. She is thrilled. She loves it. She reveals that this is the best it's been for herself and for her kids in Vegas. She's having a great time. And she says she is just watching everybody else and she's struggling. It's so hard for her to see everyone else struggling because she is so happy. And she says she hopes when they get in these homes, she and her kids will experience more of building these relationships and feeling like a part of the family and a part of this culture that they never completely were integrated into. Maybe the other wives and kids are struggling so hard with the move and the living separately because their dad, who was always around before and present, is now checked out and distant and primarily invested in one wife and her kids. It started in Vegas. And Robyn and her kids are just having the best time ever because it's their best time ever while everyone else is struggling to adjust because Robyn and her kids have Kody mostly to themselves. So while everyone else is struggling to adjust, needing that security, needing that stability, needing the father figure, Kody naturally wants to go where it's fun and easy and convenient and the best time ever, where he gets to be the hero for Robyn and her kids, having the best time ever, rather than going where he said in his own words he has no credibility with his biological children. I hope Robyn is still so happy, having the best time ever, now with her favorite, best customer. I wonder if she is still just having the best time ever. Now that she has Kody all to herself, Kody and her kids all to herself, she looks miserable. And so does Kody. They really don't look like they're having the best time ever. Now, Mona meets with Kody and the wives, and she points out it's a critical time and they're in the home stretch. Robyn's home is going to be done first, and then Mary's, and then Janelle's, and then Christine's. And of course, Kody requested that Robyn's home be done first, even though her credit needs the most time to clear up. Kody says the problem is that Mary and Robyn's homes might be completed before they're able to finance them. Maybe they should fill in their paperwork. Janelle and Christine have already done so, and they are ready to go with the finances, but their homes are not even close to done because Kody insisted on doing Robyn's home first. And again, I think that's because he wanted Robyn's credit situation, her debt situation, solved quickly through the family funds that they desperately need for the family and not for Robyn's debt at Victoria's Secret. But I think Kody wanted his wives to pay Robyn's way out of the hole she was in. I think that's why he rushed it, and I think the favorite wife just wanted her home done first. And I think Kody knows Robyn's home is his home, the only home he feels like is his home, and he selfishly wanted his home done first. Mona warns Kody, Robyn, and Mary that this is serious, that they have to take care of everything really quickly with the lender. Mona expects loan approval on Robin last, even though she is going to be the first home that's done per Kody's request. Robin bitches that she feels a lot of pressure trying to get the paperwork done so that she can get approved for the loan. She's really stressed out. She doesn't want to disappoint the kids, and she knows how important it is for them to be in the homes by Christmas. Robin tells Mona that it's been a push. It's so hard for her. She's a victim, of course. It's been a push to get her creditors to settle. And Mona warns Robin to push every day, that she needs to push verbally and in writing daily, and do it in writing and keep a record of it. And Mona also mentions another concern with the number of times the Browns have been out there to the property without her, which they're not allowed to do. She warns them that they need to let her know if they want to go out there, and she will gladly go out there and meet them anytime they want. And she has been hearing that they've been out there a lot lately, to the point where it is delaying progress. Kody is grinning like the Cheshire Cat, smiling wide like a kid with his hand in the cookie jar. Caught. He looks guilty AF. And Kody says he just went there once with Robin to look at the windows, and also another time they just happened to drive by, and Danny was there, so he just stopped to talk to him. Mona questions Kody here like a parent scolding a child, and she says, "So you've only been out there twice?" Clearly she knows Kody's lying through his teeth. She calls out Mary too. She says Mary is the one who goes by, and Kody says Mary goes by daily. Every day she stops by. But Mary denies it. But it's not a firm no, I don't go daily. Instead, it's a plethora of excuses. Like she likes to take Leo to drive by, then she has more excuses about making a scrapbook. Mona asks Mary how many times she has been in the house when she shouldn't have been. Mary says she knows it's not 20 times. She says her excuse is she is making a scrapbook for the progress of the house. So she takes photos all the time, but she doesn't pick out things to change when she is there. I think that scrapbook bullshit is an excuse for her going there to spy and see what mistakes people are making, making problems, making changes, making delays, because she was probably bored with herself. Mona explains how all of these unwelcome visits have been delaying things. She says she's been pushing the builder to finish the homes by Christmas, really pushing him because she wants this for the Browns. But the Browns keep going into the homes, they keep making changes, they keep stopping by, talking to the foreman, talking to the contractor, talking to the builder, delaying things, because every time they stop to talk to them, they're stopping on their schedule and something they should be supervising. Mona is concerned that now they really may not be in by Christmas because of all of this stopping by, making changes, delaying construction. So basically, Mona really tried her best for this family, but if the Browns don't get in, it's on them. Next up, Janelle meets Robin at her house. Robin was really worried about what Janelle needed from her. She was really nervous. Janelle doesn't usually come to her house. And Shira knows that she and Janelle got a little intense at the My Sister Wives Closet meeting at her house when Janelle told her that My Sister Wives Closet wasn't viable as the main income for their family. And that's also when Robin accused Janelle of not doing enough for My Sister Wives Closet, which of course is Robin's dream. Robin says they weren't yelling, it wasn't that bad, it wasn't fighting, but there was tension. Robin is worried that Janelle has more to say to her. But Janelle says that she has considered their conversation the other day, and she realized that she always thought of My Sister Wives Closet as solely Robin's business. And Robin says she sees it as a family business. So Janelle explains that she was thinking of it just as Robin's business, and that's why she wasn't engaging. But because they spent a lot of money on it and now it's failing, she has decided that it would be stupid to stop now without bringing it all the way to fruition. So Janelle is doing this basically to try to save the family finances. I don't think she gives a fuck about Robin or My Sister Wives Closet, but she wants to try to avoid a sinking ship. So Janelle says she's now going to engage and she's going to pursue the plus size clothing. And I think Janelle is really doing this for her family, and probably Kody manipulated her into being there a little bit. Like, why don't you do this? We're going to lose all this money. You're the smart one with money. Come on, we need you. And she probably felt, well, this is for the kids and the family, so I'm going to bite my tongue and I'm going to do this. So Robin is all smile. She is just thrilled with this turn of events. And Janelle says she had an epiphany, a change of heart about her involvement in My Sister Wives closet. Apparently, yesterday, Janelle was looking for plus-size workout clothes, and she struggled to find modest plus-sized workout clothes, and she wanted functional modest workout clothes, and she realized she couldn't find that. So she knows now with My Sister Wives closet that she could actually design what she wanted, and so Janelle has decided to step up. Robin asks Janelle how she can include Christine and get her more involved, also Kody. And she finally thinks that because Janelle is on board, that Janelle can be the one to get Christine more invested. And she wonders if Janelle can help get Christine involved too. And Janelle explains to Robin that she may not want to hear this, but Kody shouldn't be involved. She says Kody, as a man, he can be an idea guy at meetings, but Janelle feels she wants to market this business as a woman-powered business, all women. And she says it's about their closets, Sister Wives closets. And she doesn't think it's really for Kody. And she knows he feels uncomfortable with this business. So Janelle feels that it should be a woman power business. That's her take on Kody being involved. And as far as Christine, Janelle advises Robin that Christine should only be invited to the fun things or to the creative things, but there should be no pressure put on her to get involved. Janelle says Christine is really good at talking to people and pulling people in. She's good at selling. She's good at socializing. She's good at talking. So she should be the one who brings people in at expos, at things like that. So Robin should invite Christine to do the fun stuff and not the boring stuff or the business meetings. And Janelle warns, if it becomes a chore for Christine, that's the point where she just completely disengages. I think Janelle and Kody probably had a private talk about My Sister Wives closet. And Kody was probably like, holy fuck, we put so much money into this. It's a sinking ship. We need this money. We have to get into these homes. I can't do it. It's not for me. I'm not a woman. It's hard for me to sell this jewelry. It's not my thing. I don't want to disappoint Robin. I think it's failing Janelle. I don't know what to do. And Janelle probably said, I'll try and save it if I can, kind of a thing. And we'll do this for the family. But I don't think Kody really wants to be involved either. Nobody wants to be involved. If this is Robin's dream, Robin should figure it out. And by talking to Janelle and getting her to do this, then he no longer has to work with My Sister Wives closet. He got Janelle on board with that. And he also can try to see if it'll be successful if Janelle can give her business input, and maybe Robin would listen to that. So that way he solved his problem. He doesn't have to be involved, and maybe Janelle can fix the business. That's what I'm thinking. Now, Robin feels that Janelle's change of heart made her day, and tonight she's having her date with Kody. They're going to go rappelling at Red Rock Canyon. And Robin says she has missed Kody since Saul was born. They haven't really been able to spend a lot of one-on-one time together, so she really looks forward to a date without Saul. She says she loves Saul, but she just needs a break. What about the nanny? Where's the nanny? What does the nanny do? Christine needs a break too. Where is her date with Kody? Where is Kody communicating with Christine? Kody, of course, loves to tell people who don't give a fuck that he's a polygamist. So Kody tells the repelling guy his whole story. No one asked, but Kody loves telling it anyway. He loves telling anyone he can that he's a polygamist. He thinks it freaks people out. No one really gives a fuck. He loves to showboat, so he tells the guide that they moved from Utah to Vegas. They have a big family. There are 22 of them. Wives and children included. He reveals, of course, that he's a polygamist, that it's not illegal in Nevada to be a polygamist because he doesn't have a marriage license. So it's a spiritual union and a life commitment and a religious decision. And Robin reveals that she wanted to be a polygamist. And yeah, sometimes they get a little jealous, but it's a spiritual decision. It's a religious decision. So what that they just get jealous? You know what? As the favorite wife who received most of Kody's time and investment and favor, as everyone else suffered through neglect, I wonder if Robin truly understands what sometimes just a little jealousy feels like. I wonder if she understands how Kody's detachment and neglect of his kids to prioritize her and her children in this polygamous clusterfuck of a family felt for his other wives and kids. I wonder how she would feel if there was another favorite wife and she was lower on the totem pole and wasn't getting all of Kody's time and attention. Maybe she should consider how Kody's other wives and kids feel emotionally. I wonder if the wives felt just sometimes a smattering of jealousy or anger, or if the kids just sometimes felt a smattering of jealousy or resentment. Maybe Robin should just get real. Maybe it's more than just a little jealousy sometimes, right? Now, Robin explains that Kody is the man, Kody is the husband, and he has to manage multiple families. He has to be the perfect husband. When was Kody ever close to perfect? Robin says she wouldn't want Kody's job ever, and neither would the tour guide. He says one woman is enough for him. Robin explains that she takes care of Saul, and all she wants is to be just Robin for a little while on this date. Not mom, no one else but herself. Now, Robin hopes when they move into the homes, everyone is excited to be close together, but she worries if she and Kody will miss some of their time together, their focus time. She wonders if Kody will stay focused in each home as the rest of the wives and kids worry about why he isn't around, or if he's going to be more scattered. And she doesn't know what the rules are or what the boundaries are. You know what the rules are? The rules are Robin gets catered to 24/7 by Kody along with her kids, and she doesn't give a fuck how it affects anyone else. She expects a monogamous marriage in a polygamous family and a monogamous level of attention to herself and her kids, and fuck everyone else and their feelings. And Robin doesn't give a fuck about anyone else's boundaries other than how she can infringe on everyone else's boundaries so she can get everything she feels entitled to. The time that should have gone to her sister wives, the time that should have gone to their kids, the money that should have gone to her sister wives and to their kids, and the investment from Kody that should have gone to her sister wives and his other kids, so that she feels all her needs are met while everyone else in the family gets neglected, and then she gets to bitch and whine and play victim about not feeling like she and her kids are accepted by the family. Kody and Robin suck face watching the sunset. There is nothing like best customer service. Next up, over at Mary's, she wakes up Leo at 4:20, a lovely time, the perfect time. Man, I love 4:20. I love 4:20. Now, Mary and Leo run together every morning. Mary likes to run with Leo because it's early, it's dark, she likes safety. Mary may not be perfect, nobody's perfect, but she definitely loves Leo. To wake up at 4:20 in the morning to run with them, that's love, that's protection, that's commitment. I would love to see Kody do that. Mary explains that Kody has always said you shouldn't live plural marriage unless you feel the call to do it. It's not something you just try out. And Mary feels Leo has the calling. It seems to me like Kody did just do it to try it out. And when he decided, I've tried it, it's not for me, he did all he could to burn it down and to run from the responsibility as a man he had for his family when making the choice to live as a polygamous man in a family of over 22 people. That's on Kody to shoulder. He made the choice. He should own his choice rather than act like a dick about it and burn it all down the way he has. Now, Leo says there is a stereotype that polygamous women don't want an education. It's not a priority. And Leo wants an education. At this point, they want to become a doctor and they want to live plural marriage. And of course, that's changed. But at this point in the season, that's where we are. Mykelti pictures Leo with lots of sister wives and lots of kids. At this point, Leo is very gung-ho about polygamy. Mary says that Leo doesn't roll with things, and she got that from her mama. If Kody changes plans with Mary, Mary gets just like Leo. She gets pouty, she gets upset, and in this scene, Leo is upset about having to take the van when Mary promised them before that they could take her car. But Mary had an unexpected appointment, and so Leo can no longer take the car she thought she could. And she's pouting and she's sulking and she looks irritated. And Mary says she's the exact same way. So the Browns are meeting Mona on the cul-de-sac. And Christine explains that potentially, even though Robin and Mary's homes are done, they might not be able to move in because the financing, the paperwork wasn't done. Janelle and Christine have their financing done, paperwork done, but their homes aren't even close to ready because Kody requested that. So it's possible, really, that no one will move in by Christmas. And of course, that's not what happens, but it was a huge possibility at the time. Janelle calls it a weird twist of fate. I think it's more likely that Kody wanted to rush Robin, even though logically she would need more time to straighten out her finances. I think he wanted the favorite wife's home done first. I think he wanted the family to financially be responsible to clean up Robin's problem because it was so rushed so that she could get the financing. There's a desperation of getting in these homes. So if the family wants them, they have to help Robin out as part of the deal because it's all or nothing. So Robin needs to get her financing done and her debts paid off. She needs to do it, and if it has to be done quickly, it has to be out of the family coffers. And that way, Kody doesn't have to pay for it, and his precious wife doesn't have to pay for it either, and she gets in her home first at the expense of the family footing her debts and paying them off. I think that's why Kody was so insistent. I truly believe that. I don't think it's a twist of fate. It looks to me like the used car salesman at work prioritizing his favorite wife and her kids at the expense of the family, at the expense of what's prudent and practical, which clearly would have been having Janelle and Christine's homes built first, considering their financing is all in order. But Kody made the request of doing Robin and Mary first. And because Kody was putting Robin first, there is the potential that they won't get into any of the homes by Christmas. Not one. Kody would jeopardize things for his whole family by making sure Robin's house is done first. Common sense and logic be damned. If Janelle and Christine had their financing in order and their paperwork in order, there is no reason why they shouldn't have started on their side other tan favoritism and selfishness. Janelle explains that this is a mean, weird twist of fate. Or Kody interfered when he should have left well enough alone. When they looked at the homes, they really wanted to get into these homes before Logan graduated. And now Logan is long gone, and it's really important for the family to have Christmas in the homes. The kids have been displaced. They don't have a childhood home anymore. And so Janelle really wanted the kids to have a Christmas in a home and to have their home base. And Janelle initially fought Kody because Kody insisted on having the extra bedroom for Logan. Kody was adamant about it. Janelle didn't want it. And Janelle is conceding that Kody was right, and she is glad she listened to Kody. And Kody is so excited that a woman told him he was right. He asks if a woman says her husband is right and nobody hears it, if he is still right. He is just eating this up. His ego loves it. Mary points out how important it is that Leo be in the home by Christmas. This will be their last Christmas at home. Maddie isn't sure that they're going to be in the homes by Christmas. She doesn't buy it. She says it would be nice, but she knows life happens. She's a realist. Aspen considers how sad it would be if they aren't in the homes. And Robin worries that these 4 homes are a big responsibility. It's financially intimidating. Robin says she sees the blessing of the homes, but it's intimidating, and she feels they're all gambling when still nothing is for sure. Maybe she should have done her paperwork. They walk through the homes. There's a lot of progress in Robin's home and in Mary's home, of course. And Robin is all tears walking through her home, crying, seeing her home. And she says they're doing this for their kids. They're doing this for their family to be together. Mary is concerned that since they're going to be so close to each other, the wives will then see what other wives are doing more on a regular basis. They'll be able to keep tabs, and they have learned to have more privacy living separately. And Mary doesn't want to lose that privacy. Mary worries it might cause an issue living close together again. Yeah, especially if Kody's car is always parked in Robin's driveway and everyone can see it. This is Leo's last year at home, so Mary is really nervous about Leo going away, being away from her for the first time, going off to college. Mary has considered having another baby, but since Leo is already leaving for college, she is now rethinking it since she's going to be an empty nester. She wonders if she'll like being an empty nester, or she also wonders what it would hurt to have another baby. She wonders if she wants the responsibility of starting over again, and she thinks ultimately it's crazy to start all over again. Leo has prayed for Mary to have another baby for forever, and they haven't gotten an answer yet, so they still hope for it at this point. Kody comes over to Mary's house, and Mary and Leo are decorating for Christmas. It looks like a Christmas bomb exploded in Mary's living room with all the boxes and boxes of Christmas decorations. Mary tells Kody they were struggling in their relationship even before the move to Vegas, but now she feels they are going uphill. And Kody really feels with Mary living so far out, she's the furthest home of the 4 rentals. And it gave him the opportunity to really engage more with Mary. They engage more together. Leo isn't home all the time, so there's a lot of one-on-one time with Mary and Kody. Mary says she and Kody are in the home alone many times. Kody is there and Leo will be away. It's just the two of them. And Mary thinks because they have so much time alone together that she and Kody are then forced to work on their relationship, and it's allowed them the space and the opportunity to do that. Kody thinks this has given them the chance to explore the fun relationship they used to have. Kody knows bad could always come, but right now, he feels he and Mary have a utopia. Right. And Kody looks forward to it. Kody says he knows the 4 separate homes make it a struggle for them to function as a family. And the goal of getting them into the homes in the cul-de-sac is so that the family can get back together to reestablish the family culture so they can function as a family again. Kody sees it as a new chapter. They don't know what they will get, but from where they are at, separated in these 4 rentals, the new homes look like heaven. Vegas didn't seem like heaven for Christine or for Janelle or for Mary, but maybe Kody and Robin really enjoyed it. She seemed to be having the best time ever. That's what she said. And for Kody and Robin, that's all they care about, that they enjoy themselves. For Kody and Robin, it's only about Kody and Robin. And as long as they're having a good time, fuck everyone else. That does it for this episode. I'll be back soon with the next episode of my Sister Wives Rewatch, Sister Wives Season 6, Episode 3, Big Boy Panties, where Mary and Leo act like the sky is falling because they can't be in their home by Christmas. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye.